girl.
There we
Atta girl,
go. Put lots of nooks and
Free.
crannies in there.
Atta girl.
And those are, you're inserting those all the way.
It's under your arms.
That's a good question.
Are you inserting?
Not your glasses, huh?
Dr. Williams?
Atta girl.
We'll wait till she,
Girl. Yes, you are. You're a good girl. Oh, good girl, Free. Good girl, Free. I know. Those ears are sensitive, huh? You're a good girl.
So those are all the way in?
Yeah, they actually fit down the canal. So just like when you go to concerts and you put earplugs in,
Sure.
they cut down.
and what were the needles?
Those are just the electrodes that pick up the electrical activities.
Okay.
Good girl, Free. I know.
Let's
Right.
start here.
No, 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 no. No. Good girl. Atta girl.
You're doing great,
Atta
Free.
girl, Free. Good girl.
Very good.
Atta girl, Free.
Not even getting interference from the lights, which is the idea.
Good girl, Free. Good girl. Good girl. No, yeah. You're doing really good. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Atta girl. Atta girl.
Yep, she does not look as good as Foster.
Good girl.
Oops, no. Come on, you're okay. You're okay.
Everything's still in?
Yep.
Yes, good girl.
And
That's good girl. You're being really
she's very nervous.
good.
Well, maybe for her, rather than do the replicate, I'm just gonna kick her up to the next.
So what is it that you're
Yeah, can you kind of talk
looking
out
and doing?
loud what you're looking at?
So I'm playing the clicks into her ear.
Okay.
Oops.
So those are like headphones that they're
They're
recording
earphones,
sound?
yes.
They're
They're
earphones.
just like, similar to what you would put on a smartphone or iPod or something. They just kind of fit down in the ear. And it's the little black boxes on the end. So you see the two kind of right under her head. You
Mhm.
see there's a little black box. That's actually the sound source.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what's generating the click. We're playing what are called broadband clicks into her ears.
So she's hearing it now. We're supposed to be, so
Um,
noise is going in now.
There is noise going in there.
I
Whether
see.
she's
But they're-
hearing it is another matter.
Question.
And these are displaying if she's hearing it?
Yeah, because what we would expect to see on here is a nice series of peaks and valleys, and we're not seeing a whole lot. Although what I think I need to do is go back and repeat the other one. 'Cause
And what are those down there that are moving?
Each click will give you a sweep,
Okay.
and what we have to do is add a number of these together to get it to look like that. It's a technique called signal averaging, because what we're trying to record is so small. Actually, I can delete other set. Repeat that one. So we really didn't get anything at 80, so I'll just run her completely at 95, which is our loudest stimulus. And it looks like we may have a tiny peak way out here, but I want to see if we can reproduce that, because if we can't, then it's just movement artifact. So relax.
So ideally, these would be doing what that did a second ago, where they go.
There's actually a diagram right behind you that
Oh, I
shows
see.
what we're looking for. Yeah. It's kind of stylized. It's actually human, but it gives you the idea of the peaks and valleys that correspond to different parts of the auditory pathway. Yeah, and we're actually doing two different tracings, and I can show you Foster's in a minute. That's not looking too great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to switch over and do her right ear.
Good girl, Free. Good girl.
Yeah, she's very good. I think it's always harder for the, oops. Doesn't work if I turn the amplifier off. Oh, we lost an electrode. Came off.
Was this one? Where was she?
Yeah.
Did she kick a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. And she can keep this on the table.
shaking like that?
You can really take a nap, I promise. You go to sleep.
It's okay. It's okay. Oh, good girl.
You got so much loose skin down here. Needle's just pushing it all over now. I had fun when I put it on here.
So they don't really feel those?
No.
It's like,
No,
yeah,
no, it's
they're
okay.
not.
It's okay. It's okay. It's oh.
Yep, I can actually just keep your head on the table. I can keep one hand. Here, yeah. And sometimes just nice nose rubs, so if you just do it with the way the hair grows.
She knocked it out again.
Yeah. You don't like that purple electrode in, do ya?
She's had ear infections and it just doesn't like stuff in her ears.
But her ears look good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But when this started happening, we talked to the vet about it. Because I guess it was a pretty bad ear infection. It was before.
Oh, really? Okay. So yeah, that's the
Yes.
other thing that can take out hearing, so. VAR can tell you kind of what's going on, but it can't tell you why. So she's had enough ear infections and, or some of the drugs will actually cause hair cell loss.
So that looks promising. No?
Well, we always have to read it with a grain of salt when it first starts, because the fewer
Oh.
single responses you have, the messier it's going to look. So what we want to see is that kind of all the random stuff goes away. So all this stuff
Mm.
will disappear, and what we want to see are those peaks building. And we're not seeing anything, which actually doesn't surprise me that she's very tense, because usually the deaf dogs are much harder to sort of console and to
Yeah.
get to relax, because they don't understand what's going on.
So you said you do find it common with deaf dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah. They
That
tend
they're
to
more
be a little more
anxious.
high-strung, yeah. I think because they're compensating for losing one
Ah, sensory.
sense, yeah.
Yeah.
They make up, I actually owned a deaf Dalmatian for many years, and he could smell a cat a mile away.
Sure.
And he could pick up on subtle movements that my other dog that could hear was never quite as perceptive
Yeah.
of. Yeah, she's definitely stone deaf. I'm
Completely.
not getting anything, yeah. I mean, I
I
thought there
thought she had
might,
something.
well, that's why I ran it again at this setting.
Because I found if I called her at a really high pitch,
Oh, really?
she would respond to that, but she wouldn't respond to anything in a lower range.
Okay. That could be the case. We can't really do a lot of frequency testing on this because it's designed for human hearing,
Yeah.
not for dog hearing. So there's a whole upper end to the range that
Right.
we can't test.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is what we call a broadband click. So this is kind of in the normal speaking range. And we're not seeing anything.
No, she doesn't respond in a normal
No.
speaking voice.
Okay.
Normal speaking voice.
Those are very flat. Yep. I don't think there's any point in doing anything else, because without some evidence.
So as